Hi there, I'm Natalie Woodard, and thanks for tuning into this edition of Let's Talk About TV, where today we're going to continue with part 2 of my 6-part interview with Miss Sherri Shepherd. Anyone that's familiar with Sherri Shepherd knows that over the past few years she's had some trying times. So I want to talk to her about what she does to get through such challenging times in her life. Take a look. Because on my channel, I like to talk about encouragement and inspirational things and relationships from time to time. And I know in regards to, because I want to touch on both of those, relationships and also inspiration and encouragement. Yes. So in regards to relationships, everyone knows that you've been through it. Yes. And there are so many people out there who have been through it, or they're going to start going through it, or they're in it right now.
Yes.
What type of advice can you share with someone to help them get through such a trying time in their relationship? Because sometimes when people are in a relationship and it seems like things just aren't going to work, or even if they just don't, sometimes it feels like you're just not going to get past it. You're not going to get over this person. You're not going to be able to get past what's going on. What can you say to the people out there who may just feel like I just don't know what to do from this point?
I would say it sounds like such a cliche, but it is so true. This too shall pass.
Yes, that's a good one. That's a good one.
If you don't die, you got another chance to make it right.
Yes.
If you're not taken out, then you have there's another day. As time goes by, it may not go away, but it gets a little blurred. The pain gets a little blurry, it gets a little foggy. You will be able to get back up again. You have to hold on to that with everything you got, that you will be able to rise up again. I'm faith. A very spiritual person, so Bible is like very near and dear to my heart, the word. And it says in the Lord's Prayer, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. It's yea, though you walk through the valley of the shadow. You ain't dead. It's the shadow of death, which means it's not really death. And so when I was going through my most trying times, when I was laid out on the floor, when I wasn't on Instagram, and I was laid out on the floor in tears and didn't think, going, Lord, how am I going to do this? How am I going to make it through? Because this betrayal was just so hard. And they're saying things in the media about me. People who don't know me are just spouting off at the mouth about things and making judgments about my character. That's what you have to have, again, your really tight circle of friends.
Right.
I had to have my girlfriends that I could go to who could take my hand. It wasn't me with a wig on. It wasn't me with lashes on. It was just Sherri with the moles all over her face, no lotion on her elbows, no heels, no glam.
Right.
It was just Niecy taking my hand, Niecy Nash or Garcelle Bouvet. I'm just naming, and I'm naming people who are in the business that I know who are good friends. Because you don't know Vonda Morris, and you don't know Lakeisha Thomas, and you don't know, but
who people could identify with.
So I'm giving you names. I don't want you to think I'm just throwing around names.
Oh, no, not
these
at all.
girls,
I get it.
these women that I name are my ride or dies. Like I've known them 20 years. I've run with Kim Whitley and Niecy and Garcelle, and these women taking my hand and holding me while I cried snot on their shoulders and going, you got to help me. Some women prayed with me. Some women said, look here, sister, and put me in check. Some people just listen. But I always knew I had people who could just nurture me. And you have to have, and I have best friends who are men, but I had a little tight village of people whose arms were always there. Kim Whitley always just made me laugh. She ain't got bit of good advice, but she could make you laugh. She'll make you laugh through some stuff.
And that's her thing.
And that's her thing. So I tell people, so you got to have those friends. You can't do pain alone. It's hard. True. Sometimes you can go and lick your wounds, but it's hard to do pain alone because it's hard to see light. And sometimes you need people to tell you, and that's what somebody told me. It says, this too shall pass. And then you look up every day. You look up and you thank God for the blessings, and you look up and you go, I can breathe.
Right.
I can breathe.
Yeah.
I can smile. And you go, and sometimes you just got to stop talking about it and just keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Was that advice? I think so.
No, actually, that's really good advice. You said stop talking about it and just moving forward, because I think sometimes what happens to a lot of people is they'll talk about it, they're getting it off of their chest,
Right.
but they're still paralyzed in that moment. And
Yes.
it doesn't matter how much they regurgitate it out, they're still stuck.
I'm going to tell you, a girlfriend of mine, her name is Christy Watts. She used to be Pat Robertson's sidekick on the 700 Club.
Oh, okay.
And she wrote a book called Talk Yourself Happy, and just a really dear woman. And I remember I was talking to her, and she said, "You gotta forgive." And I said, "Why I gotta?
Yes,
he did this to me, and you know, black woman hands and moving and the neck, and he took it. Mom, I'm broke because of him, and he lying on me." And she said, "This is true. This is true. This is true. You have to forgive." It's hard to receive blessings when you're holding on to negative feelings. And I'm not talking about you in the yellow light, the red circle of none of
like
that.
Auras and all that.
No, you know, I'm talking literally our soul, when you're holding on to that stuff, it just chips away at your spirit.
I agree with that.
And you just, you know, you can only hold on to it for so long. It makes you sick. It you know, you look older. I can always tell when somebody,
it's stressful.
When I see somebody that looks young, I say to them, "Do you laugh a lot?" And they always reply, "Yes." It just, you know, holding on to bitterness, holding on to stress, holding on to resentments. It must be let go so that you can move forward, so that you can look up, and so that you can breathe. And everybody wants to breathe again. Tony Braxton sang about it. We all bought our album.
I know, right? Psalms 23. You know, Psalms 23 was my grandmother's favorite Bible verse, so it was interesting when Sherri Shepherd brought it up as a resource she likes to turn to when she's having challenging times in her life. Just for a moment, it felt like my grandmother had just entered the room. So I hope she's proud of me in this moment. Anyways, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe, because when you subscribe, every time I drop a new video, you're going to know about it. As always, I really appreciate your support, and if you have any questions or topics that you would like for me to discuss, or any interesting people that you would like for me to reach out to and have a conversation with, email me at socialmediatv@yahoo.com. That's socialmediatv@yahoo.com. Be sure to tune in next Thursday when we have part 3 of my interview with Miss Sherri Shepherd. But in the meantime, until we meet again, have a great day today. Toots toots.